So therefore, when I gave the MPs NRM and NRM leaning independence, yes, because I know the pressure they are having, because there's so much, there is so.
Order, our members. We will turn the wise issues to the President in silence, please.
That's not corruption. That is helping them to cope with the problems of the society.
Following this confession that he paid off NRM MPs and independent MPs with NRM leaning to ease their lives, but in the actual sense bribing them to vote for his right-hand man, the incumbent Deputy Speaker of the 10th Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, the presidential action has generated more heat, with Ethics and Integrity Minister Reverend Father Simon Lokodo on the spotlight to have picked the 5 million shillings from the president.
I just wanted to know how Father Lokodo, a minister of integrity, can come out to the public and starts talking about corruption when he himself exhibited corruption of the highest manner. Because you can't tell me you're a father, you come out to the public, you talk much against corruption, while at the same time practicing it. So I'm waiting to see him coming out publicly, confessing for having received a bribe of 5 million shillings, because he was part of the team that went and received the 5 million shillings.
Do you think that you still have the moral authority to talk about corruption in this country? Having done that, what kind of president did you say?
I stand firm and strong. I denounce, condemn, and shun corruption. And I'm very glad to have had my own president announce this at his swearing, and even yesterday at the election of the Speaker's meeting, where he said the next two enemies are, one, corruption, and two, the autocratic behavior of the civil servants. So for corruption, please, I am not going to leave one stone unturned.
With this confession, how did it all start for NRM MPs to pick money from the president, and what did he tell them?
We met as a family of NRM, and our father was there. Members expressed the need to be supported by their father, and he told them, without any coercion, without any pressure, he said, "Oh, I understand your situation. I'm going to get from my coffers what can facilitate you at this exercise." For me, I thought that was, a family activity which didn't get any ethical challenge, and I feel it was very paternalistic of him to do that.
Without missing his words, Ethics and Integrity Minister Reverend Father Lokodo tells me that it was moral for the president.
No, absolutely. On the contrary, it was morally obliging for him to do that if he wanted his members of parliament to be comfortable with this.
From the bottom of your heart, as a minister of ethics, did you really deserve to pick that money?
My conscience is very clear. That money was not got from anywhere, and nobody was left wanting. And it was meant to help me help others who had also come to join us in this celebration. So my conscience is very clear. I feel complete no sense of guilt for having received that money.
Basing on this, the opposition MPs are not sparing him. They want the Catholic Church to excommunicate him from the church.
I want to appeal to the Cardinal. I'm a Catholic. We can't have such priests like Father Lokodo who go and receive bribes, and in the same day we go in them in the same church. That is totally impossible. So I'm appealing to our Cardinal that before we demonstrate, before we show our anger to the public, that we cannot be there and conceal such kind of corruption of the highest order. If we can have a Catholic priest also receiving a bribe of more than 5 million shillings when the people is representing like in extreme poverty. So I'll come out and demonstrate, even if I'll be one Catholic, at least my mandate will be heard or seen.
We are now in a rule of constitutional management. So anybody who is disgruntled or has a complaint on anything goes to courts of law, and it will be established by courts of law. Certainly in this case, of course they're going to make noise and say, oh, there was a better facilitation to the NRM members and the others who are not attended. But was this money got from their coffers? No. This was got from the coffers of the NRM. And the NRM are free to use their money anytime, anyhow, as they need.
You earn salary as a cabinet minister. At the same time, you earn salary as a member of parliament. Did you really deserve to pick that money?
As a minister and as a member of parliament, I didn't see the wrong in picking that money. Because one, it was for a good intention. Two, it was going to help others who probably could not have had the opportunity to stand the burden of managing all the voters who had come to see them in their swearing.
Who is fooling who on the source of the money? President Museveni or his ethics minister?
Raise money. I didn't sell my house, but I fundraised for the party. And even the opposition parties, apart from getting wherever they get money from, which is from all sorts of sources. But the government gives all parties money.
It was incumbent upon you to question where he got the money from.
Since we have not learned that there is money missing somewhere which was not got by him, we feel confident and assured that he used the right channel to get that money, and therefore there is no bad in it. If we had heard that, oh, in department so and so, or in activity so and so, in project so and so, money is lacking because the president picked it, then we could be questioning. But
Do you regret having used that money?
Not at all. On the contrary, I served this society to be happy on such an event.
But did you see anything immoral with it as a minister of ethics?
What is the, immoral means something out of the order, not on principle. And not, literally speaking, as I told you, unless you have unearthed any situation to look like the president stole this money from somewhere. That's another thing. But what we are conscious and aware of is that he got this money from a reliable source, which was not affecting other programs of government, and which was not hurting any other person of the country. And so he said, take this, you members of parliament of the NRM, and use it to facilitate you and your people as you swear in.
While many people think that the money was got from the office of the president, we are reliably informed the money was not picked from the office of the president, but at the NRM secretariat. Where you went to pick the money from, didn't you find it strange? Early in the morning?
No, I picked the money in the afternoon.
From whom?
From the secretariat. Now, I don't know who gave me directly, but I received it from the NRM secretariat, which was orderly. There was no else I could expect. If I had got it from Nganda, then I would say, oh, this money is sorry. If I had got it from the Ministry of Finance, oh, I would say, but I got it from the NRM Secretariat. Which
had cash?
Yeah, cash.
Has an NRM Secretariat ever been a financial institution?
No, those are questions I leave to you, because NRM is an organization, and therefore it has got its financial base package, and it has a reason of being able to manage its activities. For example, in the campaigns, we were handling money, and we had money. We didn't get money from elsewhere, but from our coffers of the NRM.
Would you apologize to the nation if it was discovered beyond reasonable doubt that this money was picked from the coffers of the country?
No, I will not only apologize, but I will regret. Fortunately, up to now, my conscience is clear that it was not stolen from somewhere. And if I learn that it was actually done like that, then I will say, oh, I regret, and I certainly apologize to the people of this nation for having received that money, which came from a wrong line.
Why do you regret not to resign?
Why should I resign? Because the resignation is what we call it, a condemnation of an act done to you by another person. The one who gives you the position is the one to help you get out of it.
Do you think that Ugandans are going to take you serious?
Very serious, and I'm very glad they're cooperating many times. I've been moving around in the country, and when I gather people, they all feel something is getting on the way in the fight and curbing this graft.
We have established that some got more than others, depending on one's capability to convince the president. But ministers and UPDF representatives got 5 million shillings strictly.
The president came early morning. At least by 7 he was at the president's office. He came and met NRM MPs here. Female MPs each was given 25 millions. Some male MPs were given 10 millions, while the minister MPs were given each 5 millions. So,
Timothy Bassi, WBS Television, Parliament.